Lupus is a disease that impacts millions of Americans and manifests itself in many different ways.
Lupus is an autoimmune disease, and basically your body, you have antibodies that attack invaders. So when a person has a cold or a flu, those things kind of act up and help protect yourself. But with lupus or with other autoimmune diseases, the body doesn't know what's natural and what's an invader. And so the body can turn on itself and attack otherwise healthy organs.
It makes getting sick very dangerous because the antibodies created by your body when you have an infection don't know exactly what to do.
I have an overactive immune system which doesn't really know when to turn off once it starts.
Lupus just is a very individualistic disease, so it impacts each individual different. Those with lupus often say that their friends and family and people that know they have it say, well, you don't look like you're sick, or you don't look like you have a disease. So it can depend on how it's impacted in that individual. There are some symptoms that somebody can be highly functional with, and there are those that are very serious, require lengthy hospitalization. So it depends on what the flare is and the individual.
Because of the different symptoms people can have, treating lupus can prove difficult.
They say oftentimes the initial diagnosis can take from 3 to 5 years from the first symptom to actually get to a point where somebody's diagnosing what's going on.
One treatment option is the use of chemotherapy, which is the path Regan took.
But when I was diagnosed, that was the best treatment for me. And it worked. It actually put me into remission. But it was tough. I was on the same doses that they would give concentrations that they would give a breast cancer patient.
Once chemo ended, her life didn't get much easier.
Even after I was finished my chemotherapy, I still felt really bad. Like I needed a cane to get up the stairs. My pain was insane. My pain was so intense that it was waking me up at night. And that's when the doctors say, okay, if you're crying from your pain or you can't sleep or you're up in the middle of the night, that's an 8 or 9 out of 10. We need to medicate you for that. So I was on heavy dose painkillers, which was very inconvenient.
The painkillers made it difficult to get to work, and difficult to do day-to-day tasks.
It's hard to drive when you're on medication that makes you feel a little bit drowsy. But just trying to manage, how do I walk? How do I shift my body? How do I get up the stairs?
Regan is now in remission, and while lupus still causes some complications, she is working to bring more awareness to the disease and more dollars to research. Regan works at the Four Seasons Curling Club in Blaine, and she is combining her love of curling with her passion for lupus research.
We're putting on Lupus Spiel USA. It's a pro-am tournament, so we've got all the best skips in the region, and they're all really excited to help out with this charity bonspiel. And what we're doing is basically it's a chance to get everybody together. The public's invited to come watch and pair up amateurs, which could be really great curlers, just don't have a medal, with the people who do. So we've got a ton of Olympians. We keep adding them every day.
That includes at least 2 Olympians from the Sochi Games. Regan hopes people come out to enjoy the curling, but also to learn more about lupus and to get involved with the cause.
They're going to see world-class curling here. This will be probably the most Olympians on the ice that we've ever had at one time. So they're going to see a lot of fun. They're going to see people having fun, probably joking around, maybe doing some extra contests in between games and just laughing it up out there, having a drink and raising money for lupus.
Regan is thankful that she was diagnosed as early as she was, because not everyone is that fortunate.
If I had gone untreated, I probably would have died. So my nephrologist, my kidney specialist, he saved my kidneys and he saved my life because they were so inflamed. He said they were like Nerf footballs. So yeah, eventually, if I had waited long enough but still gotten seen before the dire time, I probably would have been on dialysis or in line for a kidney transplant.
As far as daily life, even though she is in remission, daily tasks do come with some challenges.
For me, my life, compared to people who don't have lupus, yeah, I get joint pain now and then, and I have different stretches and exercises I do that help it, and I take fish oil, and it doesn't take it away. So I have a little bit of fatigue. I don't quite have the energy of people who don't have lupus. I'm very blessed that I'm healthy every day. And at the same time, I have a disease that there's no cure, and it's always with me. It's always in the back of my mind because something could happen.
Looking at lupus on a larger scale, Jennifer is excited about the forward progress that has been made as they work towards a cure.
About 10 years ago, they completed the genome mapping, and so they're able to kind of map all the human genomes. And so in studies and in research, they can see, when you're looking at a disease, what area is impacted. And that has sped things up quite a bit.
Moving forward, Regan has to be very aware of infections, since even something as basic as a cold could cause big problems. But right now, she's optimistic about herself and hopeful for the future of others.
My prognosis is excellent, but I really have to take care of myself because lupus has no cure. It's a chronic disease. It's with you at this point forever. So I guess my focus is to try and raise awareness about lupus so more people know about it, because the more people that know about it, the more little things that get done, which make a huge difference in the lives of everybody who has it.
For North Metro TV News, Danica Peterson reporting.